Well,
practice it,
this
is
is
he?
the other thing, like how you manage, I guess that question of how you manage your own reputation within the profession, with how you go out there.
That's always been such a hard one with me. I'm always so anxious that the QLS is going to call me and be like, we don't like this one.
Yeah.
You know? And then also we've had like friends of mine, you know, in the Brisbane legal market, so many lawyers be like, I can't believe he's doing that. Why would he do that? Et cetera, et cetera. You know, like that kind of like, that's so risky, like all this like negative feedback where I've always thought it's kind of easy to say that unless you're the man in the arena. You know? Like it's easy to be.
Well, most people who say that don't actually watch TikToks though.
Yeah.
So they don't really actually know what you're talking about on there.
That's true. That's true.
You usually turn up with a nice suit on, or you're well dressed, and you cut it up so you're talking about a topic that's of interest, and it is informative. I think, you know, as a profession as well, we have to think about the fact that like there's so much inward looking stuff around the profession instead of, well, actually these are platforms where we can actually engage with the people we're supposed to be serving. And that access to justice, you know, bigger question is there. But, you know, if everyone shirks that, then, you know, people on the street don't know that there is no Fifth Amendment or don't know, you know, especially at the moment, in the last 18 months, let's be honest, like you know, it's uncharted territory from a rights perspective, and most of the profession has, frankly, disappeared, and you know, obfuscated our responsibility as a profession to even speak to these things because of fear of blowback, and I completely get it. But even even the stronger rights advocates have been unheard of. Yeah. Where actually the only people talking about anything have, you know, been on social media.
Yeah. Jahan's been doing a lot of stuff on it on TikTok, but this is the thing. Over the last 18 months during this pandemic, people have been like worried to talk about it because one, it's ever changing. Two, so you don't want to give advice or say anything that might be taken as advice. And then secondly, everyone's like, where are our rights, et cetera, et cetera. I was like, the war was lost before this. You know, like this is just the way it is. Yeah. Rather than being like, we should have rights, we should be talking about maybe the threshold for a national emergency being a bit higher. You know, or why, you know, or the definition around a national emergency. You know? Like,
well, all of this stuff, you know, pre-COVID with, you know, we had the debates around terrorism and the laws that got changed with that. And then in 2019, you know, there was all the encryption stuff that was going on, and then that flows in, and it's fascinating when you see the fact that some of those debates went nowhere. So what a big surprise that government, you know, can continue to act in certain ways, for good and for bad. It's just interesting as a profession that the lack of, that there's been a silence in some respects of differing views. And I understand why, because everyone was worried. You don't want to be on the wrong side of anything. We're not doctors, X, Y, and Z. But there will be a time to actually engage with the community in an important way, to say to people, no, this is why this is the balance, you know. And it's just, I don't know, it's been fascinating to me that it's been a lot quieter than is necessary. But you know, that's you know, we've all been fearful, and we've all been worried about things, and I guess moving forward though, it'll be interesting to see who in the profession engages now, because people will reflect on this period of time, and it'll be really interesting politically because of that. Yeah,
I've always thought two points on that. One, I think stress leads to anxiety, and anxiety leads to memory loss, right? We're so stressed as a human race now So people's memories are just very short, and people just forget. You know, government comes out and goes, okay, yeah, we want to be able to use your information for other stuff from your COVID check-ins. People go, no. 1 week later, they go, oh, is that still a thing?
Yeah.
And I think it comes back to just such a stressful environment, you know, and people are just like, what's the next thing? What's going on there? Et cetera, et cetera. You know, like who's talking, like, I mean, there's sure some news about Afghanistan, right? But not really,
Yeah.
you know, but that's still going,
Yeah.
you know, and it's just, I feel like it's because we're so stressed now. And then two, I think if you want to label them human rights, our basic rights, or whatever you want to label them, are a little bit kind of like similar to ethics in the legal profession. Once you test them, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Right? You know, once you try to push a little boundary, that boundary always gets further and further and further and further.
Yeah.
So I'm an advocate of having some basic human rights, but it's very hard, and there's so many idiots out there too. You know?